Morning, everyone. How's it going out there? Monday morning here on Winning Bets. Appreciate you guys kicking off a morning with me here. I'm, of course, Jason, giving you guys those free sports picks every single day. How was your weekend? What did everybody do out there? Everybody enjoy their time? Boy, you guys like fall? I like fall. Everybody's always sad to see summer end, of course, but you know what? Fall's pretty damn good in its own right. Lots of activities, plenty of things to do. We did get out to the corn maze on Saturday. So much fun. They had a gazillion of activities out there between the corn mazes and the hay rides and the animals, straw playground. Just a damn good time out there. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, hope you guys enjoyed your weekend as well. Good sports action. MLB season obviously is winding down as the playoffs start a little bit later on this week. NFL week 4, college football week 5, NASCAR race down at Talladega. Damn, that was a good race down there at Talladega Super Speedway. So just a good time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your sports, enjoyed your life, and maybe even put some money in your pocket along the way. All right, guys, let's turn our attention now to recapping what happened last week. And then we've got some good bets for today's show. We've got baseball bets to go ahead and get into. We've also got Monday Night Football between the Rams and 49ers. And we can't forget, before all that happens, there is soccer this afternoon. We want to, of course, go ahead and get and bet on today's soccer action. So with that being said, though, let's first go ahead and let's recap NFL, right? It's what we do. Normally we don't recap a particular sport, but the NFL is king. Everybody loves the NFL. So let's just go ahead and make sure we, of course, recap NFL first. There are the NFL bets we rolled with. We never did end up adding any player props. But for the second consecutive week, my can't-miss two-leg moneyline parlay, well, it did miss. The Lions couldn't quite come through against the Seahawks. Shocked about that one, that they were unable to knock off the Seahawks. Obviously a high-scoring game. Over 90 points. Back and forth, but just lost by a field goal. So a little bit unfortunate stuff right there. Raiders, though, on the money line, like backing, and I don't know if I would call it like a full-on blown strategy, but when a team has their back up against the wall and they're at home and they're playing the Broncos, which aren't all that great, well, you love backing that team even though they're 0-3 and had no problem backing the Raiders in that spot. They were able to come through with the victory right there. And then we stayed hot in Bills games. Now 6-0. That's right. You heard it correctly. 6-0 betting Bills games. And we took under 51 points. And that one felt extra good. I got 8 DMs on Twitter on Friday of 8 individuals just throwing me under the bus for that pick. Absolutely throwing me on the pick. And I didn't respond to any of the 8 of them because I wanted to wait till this moment right here when I could talk smack with money in my pocket. And I can do that because under 51 points cash, you guys make it seem like, damn, 2 high-powered offenses can't cash it under. Put some GD respect on those defenses. Bills have an outstanding defense year in, year out. What the Ravens do, that is the heart of their team, is their defense. So I don't care about 2 high-powered offenses when you got defenses like that. And you want to add in the bad weather that we talked about and add in the fact that the Bills own Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson is always trash when he has to come for buying. I'm telling you what, that team will never make it far. If he has to throw the ball to win games, that team will never make it far. And even though they jumped out to the lead, once the Bills got the momentum going that second half, and now the Ravens trying to get back in the game, can't get back in the game. Lamar Jackson can't throw the damn ball consistently. Can't beat a top 5 defense, top 3 defense in the Buffalo Bills. Let's go. We're now 6-0 in betting Bills games. Love to see that right there. We also got another cash, taking an under 41.5. Remember on Friday's show, I told you there had been 18 divisional games going into this weekend slate. And of those 18 divisional games, 15 teams had cashed the under. Yeah, that's right. 15 of the 18 games had cashed the under in divisional games. We can add another one right there between the Cowboys and the Commanders as that one stayed under 41.5 points. And against the spread, we went 1-2. Steelers -3. Good game. Give Zach Wilson credit. And that was one thing he talked about, is you never know how a guy develops and gets better in the offseason. We hadn't seen Zach Wilson so far this season. Made his season debut yesterday. Was pretty damn decent right there, getting a rushing touchdown, leading the Jets to a nice win right there. Even with Kenny Pickett coming in doing pretty good in his own right. Give the Jets credit. They were able to pull off consecutive road wins now. Titans plus 3.5. Want to bet, and the Titans don't get any points in the second half. Titans didn't score a damn point in the second half, but yeah, they were able to beat the Colts. They've now beaten the Colts for 681 days. That's right. You got to go back 681 days to the last time the Colts were able to beat the Titans. Yeah, you guys keep taking that Titans money line, Titans points, whatever you can do against the Colts. That is obviously a team that they absolutely own. The Packers -9 can't beat Bailey Zappi. Like, what are we talking about here? I literally never even heard of the guy. When Hoyer went down, I said, oh, that's a wrap. You got to go ahead and cash that one. And then they just couldn't beat Bailey Zappi. You know what? I'm going to put that one on my own shoulders, though. I've said it from time to time, this season in particular, and I know I've mentioned it last season, the one thing that kills me in the NFL, his name is Bill Belichick. I can't figure him out. When I tail him, he wants to stick it to me. When I fade him, like in this case, and take Packers -9, he wants to stick it to me. I can't figure the guy out. But you got to keep putting my money into those situations. I feel like they're good betting spots. Packers can't get it done against Bailey Zappi. So heartbreaking stuff right there. Before we do the full recap, I do want to go ahead and just jump in here. Let's just talk about a couple of these NFL games. You obviously had the London game. Nice little win there by the Vikings over the Saints, 28-25. Falcons now are the only team in the NFL that are undefeated against the spread. So maybe remember that going forward. Falcons, only team in the NFL undefeated against the spread. They were able to knock off the Cleveland Browns at home. Mentioned Bills, Ravens. Yeah, down 23, but once the Bills grew into that game, remember, they gifted the Ravens 7 points to begin that game, right? Josh Allen has a ball batted tip, interception, runs it back to the 5-yard line or whatever it was. We basically gifted them 7 points. They knew anything. They own Lamar Jackson. I hope we see the Ravens in the playoffs. That would be a dream matchup for me to go ahead and get the Ravens in the playoffs. Would love to see it. Cowboys Commanders, mentioned again, divisional games, how they're going under. That one had 35 points, and we took under 41.5. Seahawks, again, heartbreaking stuff. Couldn't knock off, Lions, heartbreaking stuff. Couldn't knock off the Seahawks in a very, very high-scoring game. Boy, the Lions just keep cashing the over. Got to jump back on that. I know we rode that 1 week. Probably got to jump back on that. Chargers and the Texans. Boy, the Chargers almost blew that, didn't they? Had a nice little lead going into halftime. Damn, they didn't let those Texans claw all the way back in there. Thought they were going to maybe snatch up a win or at least cover the spread. But, okay, then the Chargers tacked on some points late and were able to cover the spread in their own right. Titans and Colts. Again, guys, there were 3 divisional games this week, and 2 of the 3 went under. This one also went under between the Titans and Colts, as they only had 41 points scored. So another under cash in a division game. So that makes it, what does that make it, 17 of 21? Yeah, it makes it 17 of 21 games now where the under is cash in the division. So just keep that going forward. Giants and Bears, talked about that on Friday. I talked about how that was going to be an ugly game. It was 20-12. Did you guys see Justin Fields over under on his passing yards? It was 148.5. That guy is poo-poo on a stick. Hated him coming out of college. Didn't care where NFL team he went to. I figured that NFL team would struggle as long as he's under center. Bears are going nowhere with Justin Fields. They need to just give up on that experiment and just go to whoever the hell's next and draft another quarterback. That guy's an absolute joke. Jaguars can't knock off the Eagles. Boy, they gave it a hell of a fight, though, right? How many people were holding on to an Eagles money line and were a little bit nervous of what the Jaguars were able to do in that first half? But, all right, the Eagles, boy, they looking stinking good. And we talked about it on Friday while we put them in the parlay. They're right up in there at the top of the league and, like, all the stats that you would care about, stats that contribute towards winning and losing the football game. Man, the Eagles are absolutely right there. Jets, again, they knock off the Steelers. Talked about that one. Cardinals and Panthers. Cardinals get the win, 26-16 over the Panthers. It's just kind of a, it was on red zone. Just kind of a shitty kind of game. Packers, Patriots go to overtime. Packers kick the game-winning field goal as time expires. Packers got to be better right there. You can't have Bailey Zappi even force overtime. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're at home. If that's at New England and he forces overtime, okay, but I still would think that not look good on the Packers. Can't do that at home. That's a little bit of unacceptable. Raiders, Broncos, that was the one divisional game this weekend that did not cash the under. So that's why it went 2-3, because the Raiders won the game and went over. Again, I thought that was just a great spot. Raiders money line, -135. Love that spot. Backs up against the wall. Absolutely thought that was a great pick. And then Sunday Night Football, I caught a little bit of it. I caught up until about midway point of the second quarter. Chiefs, obviously, jump out to the early lead there at the opening kickoff being fumbled. And then they stake out to, looks like a high-scoring game, 41-31. Again, I was a little bit maybe halfway into the second quarter when I went ahead and pulled the plug on the night. But yeah, good NFL Week 4. Let's go ahead and jump into the NFL recap. Then we'll jump into the comments if there are any comments. We'll see what you guys are talking about. But we get to ring the cash register on today's show, boys. How about that? We went 22-17 and plus 3.66 units. Yes, sir. We ringing that cash register now on the air. A whole lot of wins and a whole lot of losses and plus 81.78 units. That cash register ring. That's now a nice little run, guys. We lost money for, what was it, like 2 weeks in a row. Now we got a couple week win streak of winning money. So we're on a nice little run. I think last week it was up over 6 units, if I recall correctly, 3.66. So nice little 2-week stretch we're on. Let's talk about some of those wins. Again, Buffalo and Ravens under 51. Just want to mention 6-0 in Bills games. Come on, guys. Whatever the hell the bet is, just don't put your mortgage on it, though. You don't want to jinx it. I thought about that, right? Make it a 2-unit play, make it a 3-unit. Nah, you don't want to jinx something that's got just steady Eddie, 1-unit plays, and let's just keep cashing bets in Bills games. And then we also mentioned the under there in Commanders in Dallas. Nice win right there. Let's flip it over to soccer now, because we had a great weekend betting soccer. We had tons of wins, started on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just a good weekend. That included Holland in the Manchester Derby. We put in a bet that he would have at least 2 goals. Had a hat trick. I'm telling you, boys, City is... Everybody knows City's good, but they just dismantled Manchester United. Absolutely. I mean, United got 3 goals in their own right, one of them via the penalty, but yeah, City's a whole nother level. And Holland, man, he's just a goal-scoring beast. I mean, that's 2 best players in the league, probably on the same team. And if you think Holland's the best player in the league, somebody on Twitter yesterday said Holland's the best player in the league. Holland's not the best player in the league. You know who the best player in the league is? His name's Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the league because Kevin De Bruyne can score all the goals that Holland can, but he can give out way more assists than what Holland can. De Bruyne is the best player in the league. But, yeah, Holland, he got a header yesterday. He got a left-footed goal. I think he got 2 left-footed goals. That dude's an absolute beast right there. What about under 2.5 and West Ham Wolves? Thought the game would finish 1-0. Instead, it finished 2-0, but easy under 2.5K, under 2.5 goals cash. Arsenal Tottenham in the North London Derby. Boy, that was a good game. I'm telling you, Arsenal, they're looking really good. Really stinking good. They just look good in attack. They can give up goals, and Tottenham was able to get a goal through Harry Kane on the penalty spot. But they just look good in attack. I mean, you always feel good backing Arsenal from a goal-scoring perspective. They look really stinking good. So in the North London Derby, we, of course, cashed over 2.5 goals in both teams to score. The Bundesliga parlay. You guys remember that on Friday's show? We dabbled in the Bundesliga. We had a nice 3-legged parlay. It started off on Friday between Bayern Munich and Leverkusen, over 2.5 goals. And then the parlay finished up on Saturday with Leipzig team total. Boys right here, Leipzig team total over 1.5 goals. And then we did Cologne Dortmund, both teams to score, and got a good plus 141 cash there in the Bundesliga. Then in baseball, we had a couple of noteworthy wins. Was Ranger Suarez over 17.5 outs at even money against the Cubs, went 6 strong and gave us a good cash there. And then John Hesley there of the Kansas City Royals going up against the Detroit Tigers under 4.5 Ks. He ended the game with 2 Ks, and they sent him packing as they absolutely rocked him. He was nowhere near going over 4.5 K, so easy cash right there. NASCAR head-to-heads. We did a little 4-legged parlay. We did Elliott over Byron, Wallace over Busher, Hamlin over Larson, and Cindric over Bell. 4-legged cash, 11.23 on that parlay. Love to see it right there. All right, we had some bad losses, though, from last week. We've mentioned those Eagles and the Lions. I still can't believe the Lions slipped up. Did that loss burn anybody else? Did anybody take them in maybe a Survivor contest? Or did anybody take them on any pigskin pick'em contest? Stuff right there. Packers against the spread. Again, Bailey Zappi. Come on, Aaron Rodgers. Bailey Zappi. He can't hang with you, dog. You're two-time, right? Yeah, MVP. Come on, man. Come on. You can't let Bailey Zappi. I never heard of the guy. Unreal right there. Mike Gesicki, under 21.5 receiving yards on 39. On Thursday night, had 2 catches for 23 yards. Just missed it. One of the catches was for 21 yards. We need to monitor their quarterback situation, but that's not a bet. I'm going to be scared to run back. He was out-snapped again by the tight end there, Smythe. We talked about it there on Friday. Unfortunate stuff right there that the first catch went for 21 yards. 0-4 on Friday. Boy, that was just not a fun day to us right there. We lost that Phillies team total. We lost the Orioles and Yankees F5 over. We lost the Rangers and Angels F5 over. And then Singer under 4.5 Ks. Those days suck. I mean, quite frankly, right? You sit here and you get all excited for the weekend, money-making weekend, and then you start off going 0-4 on Friday. But, made money Saturday, made money Sunday to make up for it. But just leaves a shitty taste in your mouth when you go 0-4. Absolutely hate that right there. But we all know it happens from time to time. Marquez under 5.5 Ks up against the Giants. He got 6 strong. Right? How many times have we lost a pitching prop on the hook? We've lost a gazillion of those on the hook. And unfortunately, that was one more you can add to it. And then Reds versus Pirates F5 under 4 wasn't a loss. Technically, it was a push. But damn, did that feel like a loss right there. 2-0 going in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then back-to-back errors by the Reds defense allows the Pirates to get 2 runs. And it ends 2-2. So not technically a loss, but that felt like a loss. I had my hand on the cash. I was ready to say thank you very much and stuff it in my pocket. And then again, back-to-back errors. So tough stuff right there, but a good week at plus 3.66 units. Love that right there. Guys, hit that like button if you were part of that cash last week. If you part any of that 3.66 units that helped you put in your pocket, let me know by hitting that like button. Let's go ahead and jump into the comment section. What's up, Juan? Tyler, my man, streaking and doing well here in the Eliminator contest. Look forward to talking about tomorrow. He's on a nice little run right here, folks. Yeah. No, nobody, at least when I looked yesterday, at least in the Eliminator, we had one person on, shit, I'm trying to recall off the top of my head. It was I can't remember now off the top of my head. I don't know but I don't think anybody picked the Packers. Undefeated White Rifle. This guy in the White Rifle. I love this. Hey, man, I cashed the under. I hear you right there, but the Cowboys they're doing good. They don't need Dak Prescott. They don't need no Dak Prescott. Good morning, man. How are you? They should. I mean, they'll pay Lamar, but I'm with you. He just when you know he's gonna throw it, he's just not good enough. I mean, that throw to the end zone, they're on 4th down. Which, by the way, what the hell are they doing going for it? Why are you not kicking a field goal? You have a chance to go up with 4 minutes to go, and the best part of your team is the defense. You got to kick a field goal right there. But then, even if he can't put a zip on that ball to get it there, and they let Jordan Poyer come over and pick it. So, yeah, I love to see that Brian was part of all that. Do you post all your picks? They all get posted on Twitter. To answer that question, on Twitter is the answer to that. You can see down here where the Twitter. You can get some of them right here on this show. If you want the better lines, if you want the better odds, watch this show. But they all eventually do come out on Twitter. Brian's still alive in the Eliminator. Love to see it. And Thad's also staying alive. Nice. I don't know what you picked. I know you said you switched off the Chargers last week. What'd you pick, Thad? What was your Eliminator pick, man? What was your Eliminator pick? Tyler's still alive. We only got 6 people. Actually, let's jump in here real quick. Let's see what we got, fellas. It takes half a second here to pull this up. We got some good bets for you guys today. I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited. Let's see. We had 6 people going into this week. Did anybody lose? Let's see. Nope, and one person hasn't made a pick. 3 people had the Packers. I apologize, Tyler. 3 people did have the Packers. One person took the Bills. That was Tyler. That's just a ballsy pick. Obviously, with the way the Bills have played the Ravens, I don't think that was as sweaty as people maybe would have thought. The Bills have owned Lamar Jackson, so nice pick right there. And one person took the Chargers over the Texans, and somebody's riding tonight. I'm assuming that person that didn't pick is going to be on the Rams, right? I like the Rams tonight. I would not be a Jimmy Garoppolo and a 49 backer fan to me. So either somebody's on the Rams or they're probably going to forget to make their pick. Hopefully they are in the Rams. Oh, you took the Packers? Cool. You bet on the Niners minus 1.5. Why is it so low? That's a coin flip game. I mean, the Rams Super Bowl defending champs, great defense, great offense. The divisional game, it's gonna be tight. You know, divisional games are rarely blowout, so that's why it's a 1.5 spread. I like the Rams, though. But I didn't bet it, so let's go Niners. Minus 1.5. And Brian had the Chargers. Good stuff right there. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get into some bets. Let's go ahead and first talk baseball. I've got a strategy that I did last season that I want to run back again this season. And then I also just want to just kind of just pump the brakes on baseball because there's only 3 games left, last series of the season, and just a lot of fluky stuff's going to happen, right? Results are going to happen, and it's going to be a little bit unpredictable. But one of the strategies that I want to run back from last season is I love taking home teams that I think have maybe not even all the advantages, but they're just at home in the last series of the season. And I was profitable last season backing the home teams in that scenario. So there's a parlay and a single that I want to go ahead and do in that scenario this season. The single is I'm taking the Reds over the Cubs, and this is a series. Over on DraftKings, they have a tab called Series Props. You can just take a team to win the series. So I think the Reds are going to beat the Cubs in this series. Largely, I mean, they have some advantages, but I just like that they're the home team. And again, this was a winning strategy for me last season, so I'm going to go ahead and run it back. So I do like the Reds to win the series. Brewers and the Padres. Look, Padres, they just need to keep, performing well, right? You don't let off your gas pedal just because you make the playoffs. You can't go into the playoffs stumbling or you'll be one and done and right up out of there. So they still need to be playing well. And then the Brewers, they're at home against the Diamondbacks. Look, their back's up against the wall, right? If they're going to win, they pretty much need to sweep the Diamondbacks if they're going to have a chance of getting in the playoffs. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Reds -115 to win the series against the Cubs, and then a parlay, Brewers and Padres both to win the series at +111. Then we got 3 single bets. We're going to go ahead and do the NRFI and the Royals Guardians. You got Zach Greinke on the mound, a pitcher that we've backed several times this season. He's only given up 8 runs so far this season in the first inning. And Tristan McKenzie, look, that dude is really stinking good. The Guardians, you guys know I'm high on the Guardians, but you're adding Tristan McKenzie to Shane Bieber. That's a pretty damn good 1-2 headed in the playoffs if McKenzie can kind of stay on the same trajectory that he's been on majority of the season and certainly as of late. So love the NRFI in that series or in that game tonight between the Royals and Guardians at -125. Also like the Angels F5 team total over 1.5 over on DraftKings. Angels, from a right-handed perspective, number 1 team right now in hitting right-handed pitching. They're hitting .310, slugging .502 with an .865 OPS, and their strikeout percentage is down at 20.3%. So a team that's absolutely on fire right now versus right-handed pitching. And I just want to get up the exact numbers. We faced Adrian Martinez 5 days ago is what the Angels did, and they went 4.2 innings pitched, 3 runs, 1 home runs, and he got 4 Ks. A guy that I just saw 5 days ago obviously had a lot of success off of him. They're the number 1 team right now versus right-handed pitching. Love everything about that at -145 over at DraftKings. And then Brewers run line, I just like the Brewers today. They have the advantages. They need a stinking win. I like them today with Woodruff on the mound. They're going up against Henry. The Brewers right now are really good versus left-handed pitching. I like everything about it. They have the advantages over the Diamondbacks. And again, they're a team that is absolutely playing something. I don't think they actually make the playoffs, but funnier things have happened in baseball, and if they just keep playing and maybe some other teams slip up, maybe they can backdoor their way in the playoffs. But they can't do it without a win today, and I think they'll win by 2 or more runs over the Diamondbacks because they have enough advantages to win by 2 or more based on the stats. So you go ahead and bet it accordingly. So we'll do that at even money over at DraftKings. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about in baseball. I would do rapid fire, guys, but to be honest, it's the last. It's the last series of the season. I feel like a lot of this shit is a coin flip. Like an over-under, I would gravitate towards a slew of unders. An absolute slew of unders. Guys not giving 2 craps. Just want to get home to their family and friends. But who actually wins the game? I'm not willing to say, or really definitely not willing to put my money on all these series right here. So I would just take the under. But yeah, it's baseball. It's the last series of the season. You can't find me touching that stuff. Why can't you bet on Stafford getting an interception? Was it too juicy? Is it too juicy? Let's get a look at the price. What's Stafford to throw an interception? Come on, you can do it, Thad. Don't be scared. Interceptions, a throw, a pick. It's -125 over at DraftKings. Not saying that's the best price. Just looked up a random book. You can do it, Thad. You can do it. Don't be scared. Judge to hit a home run. Which game will it be? The Yankees are playing the Rangers against Martin Perez. Let's see if he's got any numbers. I can go to Swish Analytics, Alex, and tell you if Aaron Judge has any success off of today's starter or tomorrow. So give me a second, and I'll tell you if he's hit Martin Perez in his career. Martin Perez. Aaron Judge. Where's his name? Aaron Judge. He's faced him 9 at-bats. He's only got 1 hit, and it was for a double, and he's got 3 Ks. So not today off Martin Perez, likely. It was only 1 for 9. But let's see off tomorrow's starter. Who's tomorrow's starter? John Gray. That's a little better, even though it is righty on righty. I like that better. Now let's see what he's done against John Gray. Against John Gray, Aaron Judge is 0 for 1. So hasn't really seen John Gray. I don't know, man. Everybody's waiting for him to get number 62. Let's see what the Rangers bullpen is in terms of home run per 9 real quick. I didn't really look that up because I'm just not interested in betting baseball. It's just a lot of goofiness goes on. But let's see. Let's get a look at this Rangers bullpen and see what their home run per 9 is. Home run per 9 is one for every 9 innings. You figure, they only going to pitch innings 6, 7, 8, 9, stuff like that. But they are 1.08 in terms of home run per 9. And then who do they get on Thursday? They get Glenn Ott. And there's your guy. Of your 3 starters, Wednesday's definitely the most likely. But you're seeing it though. You saw Tristan McKenzie the other night. He didn't even go his normal pitch count. I mean, there's these playoff teams, and you look at the Yankees yesterday. Who did they throw out there yesterday? They threw Chichi Gonzalez out there. Not saying they ultimately waved the white flag, but you're seeing it with these guys. Guys aren't getting a normal workload, or they're calling Chichi Gonzalez up off the couch because they don't want to burn up some of their real arms for the playoffs. They want to keep the innings down, and they're calling Chichi up off the couch and throwing him out there for 5 innings. A lot of goofy stuff, man. I kind of stay away. But I guess to answer your question, Alex, based off the starters, if he plays Wednesday, that's probably your best chance based on the projected starters. Yeah, there was not a lot of wrecks. That's why we were able to go 4-0 in NASCAR, because we didn't get screwed by any wrecks. Normally we don't bet super speedways, but because you get screwed. But yeah. Any bet for... Leicester versus Nottingham. I haven't even had a good pulse on Nottingham, to be honest, this season. I only watched one of their fixtures against City, and obviously they got thrashed, but everybody gets thrashed by City. I don't have a bet for that game. I do have a bet for soccer, though. Oh, no, you can't bet on cars. You can't bet on quarterbacks to F up. Yeah, Michigan. You got to get the hell out of there. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. All right, let's go ahead and get into our Monday Night Football. And then, of course, again, we've got soccer. I'm going right back to Tyler Higbee, folks. Cashed it last week, over 40.5 receiving yards today, minus 125. Like everything about it. Cooper Kupp leads the team in targets at 35. Higbee's right behind him at 24. And then the next guy is 16. I believe it's Allen. No, it's not Allen Robinson. It's that guy with an S, whatever his name is. He continues to be the guy. He continues to be the absolute guy. I got no problem. I want to put my money behind guys that are going to get the ball, right? You talk about, you put your money behind guys, and it's like, his targets is like, this is the guy that leads number 2 in the team in targets. Every single week he shows up, and we're coming off a good cash last week with him. Going right back to Tyler Higbee, over 40.5 receiving yards. Not even scared. Didn't even really have to think about it. His utilization this season in the offense just makes this a really good bet. Absolutely really good bet. So like that. For soccer today, I'm actually going to go to Serie A. And I'm going to go ahead and bet the only game in Serie A today, Verona versus Udinese. I'm doing over 2.5 goals at minus 114 over FanDuel. These teams are averaging 3.1 and 2.7 goals on the season. But really look at what they're doing at home and away. Verona at home, where they are today, are allowing the second most goals. Their games are averaging 3.7, which again is second most. Udinese on the road, they're averaging the most goals per game at 4.3. So you're getting damn near where they are at home and away. You're getting tons and tons of goals. I'll go ahead and bet this one accordingly that there'll be goals. So give me over 2.5 at minus 114 or FanDuel. So in terms of Leicester, Nottingham, of course I lean goals in a Leicester fixture, but just haven't quite seen enough of Forest and don't really know how much I trust Forest on the road in that spot. So not going to go ahead and bet that one. I'm going to go ahead and bet one where the numbers say this fixture in Serie A should have goals based on the home and away form. So I put my money in that situation. You're doing under 2.5 Nottingham. I would not do under. Wow, that is doing under in a Leicester game. That seems ballsy, but you've been pushing the right buttons, Tyler. So keep on pushing them, man. Keep on pushing them. You couldn't get me to bet an under in a Leicester game. I'm on the Rams tonight. Who's on the Rams tonight? Anybody who's on the Rams? Who's on the Niners? We got one guy in here who's on Niners minus 1.5. Brian's on the Niners. I'm on the Rams to get it done. On the Rams to get it done. All right, guys. I think we got some good bets. We technically only have 5 bets today. We've got 2 series bets, so we're obviously certainly interested in them. We would like the Brewers, Padres, and Reds to start us off with a good win. We only need to get 1 the rest of the week, but technically speaking, I guess we've only got 3 bets. NRFI, Royals, Guardians, Angels F5 team total, Brewers run line, Tyler Higbee over 40.5, and over 2.5 goals in Verona Udinese. That's how we'll do it. All right, guys. God, so much fun hanging out with you guys, talking sports bettings. Love it. Coming off a week in which we made money, coming off 2 weeks in a row in which we made money, picking up some steam. I look forward to carrying that over into Monday. All right, fellas, go enjoy your day. Let's win. let's have us a nice little afternoon. Kick us off with some profit. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Champions League tomorrow. Can't wait to talk Champions League. There's a nice round of fixtures this week in the Champions League, and we'll, of course, bet them accordingly. All right, fellas, enjoy your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.